to Who. My name is Niyo Gumoye. This is the fourth episode of Cleave to Who, and as you can see from the title of this episode, is titled "The Priest, the King, and the Prophet." This is continuing the series on having more than 1,000 to be ready for marriage. Now, if you're watching this video from the first time, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Now, this will give you the opportunity to see a previous episode that I have recorded, and also you probably need to go back to the second episode of Cleave to Who to be able to get like a better understanding of what this episode is all about, because in the second episode we actually did an introduction about having more than 1,000 to be ready for marriage, and in the third episode we did what a woman with more than 1,000 looks like. Now this is the fourth episode where we'll be talking about a man with more than 1,000, and I titled it "The Priest, the King, and the Prophet." Yes, that's the man. The ladies, don't get us. That is who we are. Now, the first instruction that was given unto man, Adam, he was man, but Adam was to work the garden. Now, if you're going to use the word work, servant of God, priest, that is who we are. We are meant to be servant of God, working for God. No, not bishop, not reverend, not pope, no. Men, that is who we are. Friend of God, that is who you are. Because according to scripture, God came down in the cool of the day, wanting to commune with Adam and his wife. But they've sinned at that time, they were hiding, and that is what we men are doing now. We no longer working for God any longer, we are now hiding away from God. So if you're a man watching this episode and you're still hiding away from God, please come out of your hiding place and take up your responsibility and be God's servant. Secondly, the second instruction given unto Adam, the first man, was to keep the garden. And when you use the word keep, you use the word administer, you use the word protect, you use the word control, you use the word manage, and that is the role of a king. That's what they do. That is who we are. We are created as king. We are mini God on earth, having dominion over every living creature. That is the power that God has given unto us. We are king. Totally. No, this was not an instruction from God. No, it wasn't an instruction from God at all. It was something that is within the man. God brought animal to Adam for him to name them. And then whatever Adam calls them, it was so. So Adam is a prophet. Declare it is so. Call it as it is so. That is who we are. We are meant to say, and it is so, declare, and it is so. But we can only do this when we have our maker beside us. What we have now is men away from God, and whatever we say becomes useless. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't count, because we have disconnected ourselves from our maker. If you look at the scripture, the Bible said God brought the animals to Adam. God was waiting for what Adam will call them. But we may now have no God waiting on us or whatever we do, because we are far away from God. So men, please take your responsibility. Be the priest, be the king, be the prophet. That is who you are. Now, talking about a man with more than 1,000. I cannot talk about any older man than King Solomon. Yeah, King Solomon. No. I'm not talking about King Solomon, the richest. I'm not talking about King Solomon, the wisest. I'm talking about King Solomon before he became wise and before he became extremely rich. Now, scripture said he went to a place called Gibeon, where all that people are sacrificing unto God or unto anything. And he went to Gibeon to make 1,000 burnt offering unto God. Yeah, he's a king. I'm so sure Any gentleman says, yeah, if I'm a king, I will do the same. What that I'm a king? No. Don't forget, this is not the Solomon that is rich. This is not the Solomon that is wise. This is the young king who is still looking for support from the people. This is the young king, newly enthroned, who people actually don't understand where he's coming from, yet gave 1,000 burnt offering unto God. Now, I will say this is something that is impossible to do. Yes, it is impossible, because I'll tell you why. Timely, it is not possible. Look at the time. Yeah, the time. Before you do anything, you take your time to do it, won't you? Right, good. A whole human being will be born to ashes through cremation, 2.5 hours. Now, don't forget they were not using cremation. They were not using that during those times. Now, it's a king. He's not going to give a goat or a sheep. He's probably going to give a bull. Only young bull. Let me minimize it. A young bull. Now, multiply the burning of ashes of a whole human being times 2 for a young bull. That was about 5 hours, right? 2.5 hours multiplied by 2, 5 hours. And let's have maybe 1 hour to prepare the bull. Right? 6 hours. Multiply 6 hours by 1,000. That's 6,000 hours. Now, equate it into days. That's 250 days. Non-stop. No rest. Solomon is going to spend burning 1,000 offering. Okay, how many days in a year? 250 days. Especially when there are other people giving their sacrifices to, it's a king. Let the king go 1. Let the king go 2. Oh my God, it's going to 10 times. What about us? It's not possible. Solomon gave an unimaginable amount of time. That is a man with more than 1,000. Now, secondly, Solomon gave his gift. Okay, that is understandable because he's a king. Of course, kings will basically have money. But let me tell you, this is a king, as I said, before God gave him the blank check. So a bull currently will cost about 2,500 pounds. Okay, young bull, 1,000 pounds. So sure it's going to be more expensive. Okay, let's make it cheap. 1,000 pounds. 1,000 pounds multiplied by 1,000. A young king, where is he going to get that money from? Talk to the finance minister. He hasn't even set up one. Talk to the treasury. They don't even know him. He still needs to introduce himself. He can't just make declaration. They can't just give him the money. But the Bible said he gave 1,000 burnt offering. That is just my little calculation. It's calculation, right? Thirdly, he gave his strength. Now that one, I know that's not possible. Because whoever who's going to give a sacrifice unto God has to do everything by themselves. Even if you're a king or a pauper, you have to be the one doing it by yourself. Cut off the bull, cut them into pieces, and lay them on the altar and wait till they are fully consumed. Everything to ashes. He's going to do it by himself. Or bull, no, it's not possible. He'll take every of his strength. And count the days, 250 days, that is a lot. That is a lot of things. Non-stop, that is unbelievable. So if you're thinking it's easy for Solomon to give 1,000 burnt offering, I think I've given you a bit of proof now. That is something that is nearly impossible to do. But the scripture said Solomon gave 1,000 burnt offering. That is a man with more than 1,000. A man that will give his time. A man that will give his gift. A man that will give you his strength. Ladies, that man must give you his time. That man must give you his gift. He must not be selfish. He must not be self-centered. That man must give you his strength. That man must love you. Love you. That man will be able to go all the way for you. That man will have banks and banks of forgiveness for you. because you're not perfect. He's not perfect, but he must be able to forgive you at any time. That is a man with more than 1,000. Responsible man, a priest, king, and a prophet. As you can see from this video, what a man with more than 1,000 looks like. A man that is a priest, a man that's a king, a man that's a prophet, a man that will be able to give you his time, to give you his gift, his money, and also his strength. That is a man with more than 1,000. So please, ladies, be careful. Make sure you observe this man, not by the six-pack, not by the height, 6 feet, the Denzel Washington or the Will Smithy look. No, not by that. That man should be able to give you all these things and to be able to support and protect you in all these ways I've actually illustrated in this podcast. So if you're preparing for marriage, ladies and gentlemen, please, this is who you are. This is who you are meant to be. This is what God has made you to be. Please walk in your calling. Walk in what God has called you to be. And God bless you as you do so. Thank you. Bye.